Tammy was born with a very rare genetic chromosomal abnormality. She was one of twin babies. McKenna was the other twin. And everything was pretty normal until she was about 8 months old, and then she had a massive seizure and was rushed to the children's hospital, and shortly thereafter diagnosed with this very rare chromosomal abnormality called ring 14, which affects her neurologically and her development.
We really, truly, our residents could not exist. They could not have a life like they have without us. They would be in an institution. They would be, hospitalized. We provide them a home. Every single one of our residents has their own room. They have their own jobs if they can. They have their likes, their dislikes, and our staff is their family.
So the great thing about my job, and actually it's a double-edged sword, is you get very close to every resident that you work with. So it's a double-edged sword, meaning that if you lose them, if they end up with pneumonia and hospitalized and don't make it, it's very hard on your heart. But they are a lot of fun. I think they say one of the most rewarding jobs in the world is being a special ed teacher, and I'm kind of like that in my day-to-day. I'm working with these guys, and they have a different way of looking at the world and maybe a sunnier disposition than most, actually.
When Cameron was 2, she started to learn sign language and had about 10 or so signs that she used pretty regularly. She knew more, and when she could tell us when she wanted to eat and when she wanted to drink. But she had literally thousands and thousands of seizures in those first few years, and every seizure chipped away a little bit at her ability to communicate and retain any kind of information. It was really hard to say goodbye and to move her here, even though she was close by, because we'd been one-on-one for so many years. It was a really, really difficult decision. But I feel it was the right decision because of this organization. I knew that she would be safe, be cared for really better than I could care for her, because there were more people. I'm just one, and there's a staff of people who can attend to her needs and help her do things that she needs help with.
The state gives us only so much, the feds give us only so much, everything else we have to come up with on our own. So when people give, it really matters to us. We put this money back into our residents every day.
I've been on the board for just under a year now, and it's been really exciting to see, the types of things that we have raised money for and then where that money has gone.
But staffing has been very challenging for us. There was a time when people could make more working at McDonald's than working here, and we have certification requirements, we have all the PPE requirements, we have just, being in the healthcare during the pandemic was scary for a lot of our staff.
Worst case scenario, which happened to us once, we did not have the staffing and we closed down the home for a little bit. The residents were basically sent off to the hospital.
We have very specialized needs for transportation. We have to have, wheelchair accessible vans. Over time, they wear out. We put a lot of wear and tear on our vehicles.
She has the community of other residents too, right? I mean, it's just incredible. So not only does she have the caregivers, which are not one but multiple, but also, a community of people that care for each other.